I've got games, so many games, I don't know what to do with all these games. And if you just want to chat, let's talk in bits and bytes, cause I'm down like that. When I'm at the Goodwills or when I'm checking Craigslist, all I'm thinking about is my NES. It's just something to do, it's like the passing of time. Without further ado, let's end this rhyme.
Hey everybody, it's me, Justin, aka Goodwill Hunter, and I am back with another video response to this week's Top 3 Tuesday featuring okchief420's question, Top 3 Favorite Handheld Games. You know, I pretty much have a lot of these handhelds. I have the Vita, the PSP, the Game Boy, the Game Gear, the Atari Lynx, so I don't really have a lot of the games. I mean, I have a lot of Game Boy games, but when it comes to the other systems, I don't have as many. Number 3, I'd have to say, it's going to have to go on the Game Boy. Obviously, this is the SP because I think it's one of the better Game Boys that ever came out, and I think you all will agree. The game I chose for it was none other than the remake of Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 for the Game Boy Color. I chose this one because, yes, they do have the original Dragon Warrior and on the Nintendo, but this one actually, I think they improved on some of the grinding that it actually takes to get to some of the further levels while you progress through the game, and it makes it a little bit more kind of an even playing field, and you don't really get bored like you would in Dragon Warrior after hours and hours and hours of just grinding. So I'd have to say this is the better incarnation of Dragon Warrior. The second one I had to choose was one I had recently just picked up, and I picked it up for none other than the Nintendo DS. This one is probably one of the original, the classic Nintendo games, and I'm glad that they came out with another one for the 20th anniversary. It's Contra 4, and this game is quite possibly the hardest game I have probably ever attempted to even beat. I can only get it to probably around stage 3 before I'm completely out of guys and out of continues. So kudos to Konami for coming up with a game that's very challenging, even at today's standards. Man, just brutal. And with the two screens, it kind of, it hurts too, because, on mine, the gap between the screens is rather large, so when someone's on the top screen shooting down, that bullet gets missed really, really easily, and I eventually end up getting shot, so. But yeah, Contra 4. The last game I'm going to have to choose is for the PSP. I love this system, actually. I actually need to pick up another one because mine's kind of starting to go. But the game that I was picking up for it, it's really, really big in Japan, and it hasn't as well known, or I don't know, not as widely accepted as one of the greater of the games. This one is Monster Hunter Freedom 2 for the PlayStation Portable. Now, they have come out with other ones since, but this is the one that kind of got me hooked. I never had Monster Hunter for the PlayStation 2. I never bought that one. The first time I played this game was on this, the PSP, and it just blew me away. I just couldn't believe the size of the monsters, and the fact that you kind of had to work as a team to take them down, and it was a whole hunter-gatherer. You had to gather all your items, and you had to mix them, and then you could upgrade your weapons and your armor and get better stats. So it was a really fun game. I spent hours and hours and hours on this game. I still have not beat it. I don't even plan on beating any of these games because I honestly don't know how people can do it with only one person. So those are my top 3 picks for my favorite 3 handheld games. I thought it was a really good question, and I really had to think about it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Comment below, and stay tuned.